What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morrissey, returning to Kill Uncle 1991. And the next track is Mute Witness, which sounds like someone who is incapable of providing the testimony that they might be privy to if you observed some event, some crime perhaps. And of course the term witness is used in investigation and detective law enforcement to uncover something that was not seen by a law enforcement officer. But yes, if you were mute, you would not be able to transmit such testimony verbally. Now, of course, it depends on the specifics. You could still write down what happened. You could attempt to convey it through some other means. But of course, it would be different than someone who could literally tell you immediately and verbally what they saw. So I don't know if witness will be in the full official context of a detective investigation. It could have, of course, just be someone who witnessed something in a social setting or in an interpersonal setting, and they might relay that to someone for whom it would have significance. But it does seem to suggest a person who is incapable or who would find it more challenging to transmit information of significance. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. Once again, shout out to Seb for sharing the solo Morrissey material. This is Mute Witness by Morrissey from his 1991 album, Kill Uncle. expect it to end there. Wow, sonically, I like that one a lot. I mean, at first, like with that, rapid fire piano line, my first thought is like, oh, like something like an Elton John tune, but then it came in like very heavy and, what's the right word? Energetic, I guess, in the bottom half of the tune sonically. And along the way, there was some like rocking guitar, like guitar that I associate more with like a bit heavier of a rock sound. There was also some like marching style, like drum rolls, like really fast, like snare rolls. So yeah, there was a lot going on sonically. Even like an element, I wasn't sure if it was like a very high like organ, electronic organ type of keyboard chord, but there was a maybe just a synth on a like proper like synth pop keyboard. But definitely there were some different sonic ingredients. I especially like the configuration. I don't know if it was the verses, but there were a couple times where it really started going in an energetic 80s synth pop type of vein, and I absolutely enjoyed those sections the most of all. And yeah, I'm not sure what it's about. Like, okay, so we do have reference to a mute witness, a woman, a girl who is seemingly doing her best, like gesticulating on top of a table to try to convey what she saw the night before. And it sounds like some other people are like growing impatient because maybe she's not pantomiming what happened in a way that they can understand. And the narrator saying, maybe I'll ask her to sketch it later. So literally saying, she might not be able to speak, but maybe she can find a way to illustrate or show us in a manner that we'll be able to understand, or maybe just the narrator will understand. But I don't quite know what happened the night before, and there's that line about like your taxi's waiting, so I don't know if that's for the mute witness or for somebody else, or if it was something that happened the night before. But yeah, there's definitely a literal meaning here, but it sounds like maybe it's more nuanced than just like, oh, there's this girl, and what was it like when she was on the table, like emphatically trying to convey things through waving her arms. The line was something like, you can feel the passion in your soul or something. So maybe the narrator is like, he knows she's trying her very best to convey what happened, and he can feel that even if maybe he's not quite sure exactly what she's trying to convey. So yeah, intriguing lyrics, ultimately vocals in Morrissey's normal vein, very enjoyable in that regard. And as I said, a real sonic treat with some styles that felt like the overall effect was notably pretty far away from the traditional or like wheelhouse Smith sound. So again, as I go through the solo Morrissey stuff, inevitably I find my brain wondering like, is this close to what I now know is essentially the sound the Smiths are particularly known for? Is it farther away from that? And again, the last Smiths album definitely was moving in some different directions, so it's not just a simple equation, if you will. But either way, this one felt less Smiths-like than some of the other Morrissey stuff I've heard so far. Either way, I found it enjoyable. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.